Hello. So I did a video a couple months ago about the Jerusalem artichoke and how slow it seemed to be growing, and it just waited forever to bloom, and it finally bloomed, because that's what my research said, that you have to wait until after it blooms and when the leaves start dying off in order to harvest it. And so I'm going to harvest it today, and I'm going to replant it somewhere else because it grew so much bigger than I thought it was going to. So it grew, I don't know, these are probably 10 feet tall, these plants. They're almost as tall, maybe 5 feet short of my flagpole. And I had no idea they were going to outgrow my yard light and overshadow all these plants that I have in here. So this, as much as I love this plant and it seems very hardy, we are going to dig it up and plant it, some of the tubers elsewhere in my backyard and not up in my front flower bed. So anyway, I so far have been pretty excited about how many tubers that I got from this Jerusalem artichoke, and I want to show you what the flowers look like as well. So I'm going to reach up here and they've got a really pretty little yellow flower, and they're relatively easy to pull up from the root. So I say that, and then oh, here we go. Look at that. Look at that. I planted maybe a handful of these tubers this past spring, and I had kept them in my refrigerator over the winter, which I think you're not supposed to do. They say that they keep the best in the soil. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these up and probably replant a lot of them in the backyard. But I'm done with them being in the front yard. They obviously were very happy, but this is what I ended up getting. But Jerusalem artichoke, one of the reasons that you would plant them is because they're really, really good for you. They've got a great amount of fiber, and they're good for probiotics. They're like they're considered prebiotics for your gut. Your gut bacteria apparently love them, and that's part of the reason that the nickname is fartichokes instead of Jerusalem artichokes. So keep that in mind. There are special ways that you can cook them, which I'm going to be learning more about in order to keep all the gassiness at bay and to help maximize the health benefits. So I'm going to continue pulling these up, and then I'll show you how much I end up getting off of these plants. And I really only planted about maybe 7 or 10 of the little tubers. Let's see. Oh, here we go. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. This was one happy plant. But these, supposedly, what I have learned about them is you can use them as a substitute for potatoes. They have a special starch called inulin, which is good for diabetics. It doesn't turn so much into sugar. It doesn't raise your blood sugar as much as potatoes do. So I'm looking forward to learning more about how to use this over the winter. So excited about these, and I'm probably gonna put the ones that I want to use for myself and my family into maybe a loose bucket of potting soil, so that they're easy to get to, and we'll see how that works for winter storage. The rest of them I'm going to plant somewhere in the backyard where I could use maybe a natural hedge, so because that's really what it turned out to be, a really, really sturdy plant. So, and that's it for Jerusalem artichoke.
Should I turn it off? Mom.